Hello and welcome back. So if you watched my previous video, I already started to talk there about energies, masculine and feminine and things like that. So for those, now it will be a little advertise. For those who want to discover more about inner feminine or masculine energy and how this process going on, I can suggest you a channel, YouTube channel of Erika Elmuts. I will write down in the description below her name of channel. She has been doing all these channelings and readings mostly for feminine and masculine energies, and as far as I know she has many sorry, I'm just wiggling around, I try to sit comfortable. She has even videos about differences in between divine feminine and masculine and distorted feminine and masculine, because we all mostly, like all the people, are operating in distorted energy. Divine is when you are on awakening process, and well, divine, it's like when you are like really on that higher level of your journey, and you even already know how to operate from your higher self rather than lower self, so it doesn't affect your life so badly. But we all are humans, let's face it, we can't be so divine, because even anyone can get to the distorted things, it's just natural. But when you are closer to divine feminine or divine masculine level, you sort of already understand what is low vibrational, where your ego is overtaking. So I don't know how to explain, but it's like it's easier, it's not even controlling, but you know when your mind is talking from ego point and when you are talking from love and integrity. That's the difference. When your ego kicks in and starts to talk, that's when you go on a low vibrational level, and that's when it becomes ugly. Never mind. So if you are interested, you can listen to her channel. It's really useful information, and as she usually does the readings like for, like sometimes it's like separated for masculine, sometimes like separated, sometimes it's for couples and everything else. But what I like, she always pinpoints that those readings, as much as you want to look at them as from a couple point, like you are a couple or you have other person about whom you want to listen those videos, but she suggests more of a looking at it from your inner energy point, how your inner energies are operating in you. And it's quite interesting, because at first I was watching them from the point when I was trying to think about certain person, and quite often, like, you can hear, like, yeah, it does resonate and everything, but when you try to listen from the perspective that it's only about you, it makes it all completely different. You start to listen and you start to think, yeah, But what if it is that way? And then you think, oh, yeah, but this is my weak point. Maybe I have to change that. Maybe I have to think about how to improve that. Because everything about even like those tarot readers and those channels what I listen mostly, it's all about how you can improve yourself, how you can become a better person. Not perfect, no one is perfect in this whole wild world, but better. That's our main aim in everyday life. How you can become a better person, way better than you were like yesterday or 5 minutes ago. All you do, it should be all how to become a better person. So I will gonna write down her name in the description box below, so you can try to find her channel. I love her. She does really nice, really quite short like messages. It's usually around 20 minutes the maximum, and she has really different topics regarding like planetary effects as well, so it's worth to watch it. Maybe you will find something useful there. I am more talking about my own experience, because I don't think there is any channel who would put it out from just casual person point of view. So now, regarding those energies, let's start with astrology. So I will not gonna talk about astrology as, you know, you take the newspaper and you read it and you think, oh, what a whole crap. That's not gonna happen. And sometimes it does show that it happens, how it's written there. And you sometimes wonder why. You know, so many, I am, for example, I am Capricorn. I know many Capricorns. None of us are the same. And none of us. Some maybe, I don't know how, something maybe could be similar, or, but nah. It doesn't depend only from the date. It doesn't depend only from just year or anything else. It actually all depends from the slightest, smallest detail, even your birth time and birthplace. So, whoever is interested, no one is clear, for example, Capricorn or, I don't know, Aries or Virgo, or no one. Not at all. And you will be quite shocked to find out that it's quite possible that there could be other signs who are impacting your life even more than your original date of birth, like zodiac sign. Date of birth, like what we know, for example, January, whichever. I am, because I'm Capricorn, so 17th of January. So everyone is thinking, oh yeah, so she's a Capricorn, so she will be just that, like that. But whenever I read my descriptions, and I'm quite often like, nah, that's not about me. This is completely wrong. Yeah, this could be right, but this is totally wrong. Everything, it's just a sun. It's a planet sun was in that particular moment in that Capricorn sign. But as you know, there are plenty and plenty of many other planets who are impacting our energies, our lives, our life houses. So, turns out, yeah, my sun and moon has been in Capricorn when I was born, but my life is pretty much impacted by Pisces. As funny as it is, yeah, that explains quite many things about me as well. And my ascendant or rising sign is Leo, and that explains many things too. So, to find out that, if you ever really wanna go deeper about your actual astrology, one thing for sure, you have to know your like date of birth. We all know our date of birth, but you for sure you need to know precise time and the place, I mean city where you were born. Not just like I was born in Latvia, you were born in UK. You have to know exact city. And then you can go on a website, astro.com, and you can make your own natal chart. What we're gonna look like that. So, this is your natal chart. Here are all the planets who has been in whichever sign. It's all specifically only about you. All these are like sextiles, triangle, like everything. It's like if you want to, and there is another thing, there is like one good app where you can do it as well. The only difference, in astro.com you can see it like pretty much clear, it's like all nicely done. App is a little all smaller and it's not that visible, but in that app it's pretty nicely all described about every single planet, what it had, like everything. It's like you just write down all your details, including date, like birth time and city, and it's like everything over there. And when you start to read, that's where it makes sense. That's when it starts to make sense. Therefore, when I got first in touch with YouTube channels regarding tarot, I was like, especially where were like monthly, or there was written down like Capricorn Love Tarot or Capricorn Money Tarot or Capricorn, I was all the time thinking, oh yeah, I should listen to that. And sometimes I listened and I was like, yeah, it does resonate. Not all of it, but parts of it. And some of them were like, doesn't even sound like it's for me, you know, like it seems completely weird situation. So I started to question more and more those things, and I heard every single time most of the tarot readers were saying, this is a reading for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus sign. So most of the time when you hear that, the best thing to do when you know your planets and all in which signs they have been, the best thing about tarots is to check other videos of Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. Or you can even check from other planets where they have been, simply because you have to see the houses and what exactly, like for example, every house is about some area of your life, and you have to check which house is in which sign. And then whenever you listen to those videos, you can choose whichever. Even for example, my like Saturn is in Virgo, who would say, yeah, or Neptune was in Sagittarius. So if I check whichever house was affected by Neptune, I can always check on those tarot readings. But the main problem about tarot readings is that most of them mostly are about love. That's why it's dominating Sun, Moon, Venus, or Rising Star. So, but keep in mind, whenever you are listening to those readings, this all astrology part, it will gonna affect your energies in some sort of way, but you have to know your natal chart first, so it doesn't become just like I will gonna listen only for my sun, you know, just because I know I'm Aries, so I will be always Aries and I'm proud to be Aries. But in the end of the day, probably you are more like, I don't know, let's say Cancer or Leo, and there is nothing from Aries in you really. You just think that you are proud Aries. So, right. This is a brief intro. So literally what I want, forgot what I wanted to say. Yeah, see, I told you I'm going completely different ways. So planets, because planets are energies too, and quite often the way how they operate in the in the sky, because they go straight, then they go retrograde, what means they are going sort of backwards, and those energies influence our energies too. Like, just a simple example, for example, moon. So many people, when it comes to full moon time, they become really restless, they can't sleep, they have nightmares, because obviously that energy is way too strong for them. As for me, I get really energized. I do enjoy full moon time. I do like it. I love it, because then I feel really energized and I have even better sleep on that time. When my son, opposite way, he starts to moonwalk, like sleepwalk around the house, and he has funny dreams and things. So everyone is affected in a different ways, and because of that, every single planet, whichever way they operate on that moment, wherever they are in the sky and in universe and everything else, that affects, and even the way how they get in, like these alignments in between each other, that affects, because that makes different energies too, and that affects us as well, sometimes big time, sometimes not so much. And that can, and when we are in a certain energy, that's when we are doing something, thinking something, making decisions about something. We can be either more happy or more aggravated or angry, and because of that we do what we do, and that's how we affect our lives too, and other people's lives too. So energies, my dear, energies. This is all about the energies, I told you from the very start. So this is about astrology part. If you have any questions or something, if you actually have listened to this point and you have any questions, I'm quite sure I haven't said something what I should have said, but if you have any questions, you can always comment below, what I doubt I will ever see, but heck knows. We never know what's around the corner. Or how I said a long time ago, we never know what's behind the corner. So yeah, I'm slowly learning English as well. So anyways, thank you for watching this. In the next video regarding energies, we will gonna speak about tarot. Okay? Right. Smoochies, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.